Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode on the vlog. Wherever you're at, whatever time zone you're in, day or night, I hope you're having a good one. So today we're gonna be doing something really fun. We're gonna be putting in the Chase base brake kit. So it's gonna hook up to the brake master, and it's gonna be the brake lines going to the front brakes, and then there's gonna be one line that hooks up to this bad boy over here for the rear. So let me show you the kit. Got it all laid out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Make things a little bit easier for you. So this is gonna be the brake bias valve. I'm gonna have to find a spot to mount it. I kinda have an idea of what I'm gonna use. And basically one line goes to the master from that. And then this long line will go to that other side where it will hook up to the two lines with this F-style fittings, which will take it to the rear. So that will be the rear setup right there. It'll come off of that, and it will come off of this brake bias valve, and then have the line running down to the F-style fitting. And then the front lines are gonna be the banjo bolt. I'm guessing that this is gonna be the front left because it's the shorter one. And then this is gonna be the front right because it's the longer one. And it's just gonna be off of a banjo bolt on top of the master cylinder. Pretty easy install. I'm not too worried about it. I think I should be okay. Hopefully I can figure it out. I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of pictures online, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let me show you guys where I'm thinking about mounting that brake bias valve. So we're thinking about putting it right there, basically using one of the bolts right here from this fuel filter, and just having it kind of hang at an angle so you can have the bias knob right here. So if you want to adjust it, it'll be right here, and then it will have one line going up in there. You can kind of see the side of the master right here. Basically right here where my finger is, right? If it will focus over there, I don't think it will. But basically right in there, in this back little area right here, that's where the line hooks up that goes to the bias valve, and it will run right to here. We'll have the bias valve right here, and we'll have that long line running across, and then the F-style fitting will hook it up to these two hard lines right here, which go back to the rear. And then the front, it'll just be that banjo bolt right on top of the master. It'll sit right there. Short one will go to this side, long one will go to the right. Shouldn't be too bad. I think we'll be able to figure it out. I'm gonna try to bang this out myself. I'm out here alone today. My brother should be here in a bit, but he's not here yet, so I'm doing this on my own. So I hope I can figure it out. Yeah, I'll get back to you guys once I get the lines in. Alrighty, so to clear up some room for us, I just took that fuel filter off, or out of its spot. I left it hooked up to the motor still and just lied it right there so it's out of the way. Now we got a lot more room. Now you guys can see that little nipple on the side where the bias valve hooks up to. So this should make it just a lot easier. A good tip for getting this fuel line off, because they're always really stuck, is using some of these like clampable pliers like that, and just leave it loose and just wiggle it back and forth, pulling back on the line until it comes off. You don't want to have it too tight. See how I didn't fray the line at all? The line's still looking good. You want to make sure it's not too tight on there so you don't fray anything, but that's an easy way to get that out of the way. And then I could even pull this up now so I have a lot of room to work on that brake area. It's just gonna make this whole job a lot easier. All right, let's put these lines on. Put on that first line, and this will hook up to the bias valve, and I'm gonna mount the bias valve over here, and the line will mount somewhere kind of like that. So it should be pretty simple. So I haven't tightened it all the way down yet, but that's basically how it will sit. Just using that bottom bolt on that bracket right there for the fuel filter. And then the line will hook up right there at the in port. And then the out port will be at the back, which we can just run the line out of there and over to the other side. So I think it's pretty clean. I like how I'll be able to adjust the bias right here. It'll be super accessible, super easy to do. So now I'm gonna tighten those lines down, and then we'll move to putting on that rear line. Alright, so I ran that rear line, I hooked it up to the brake bias. Let me show you guys. That's where it hooks up to the bias valve right there at the little port that says out. And then it runs down along there. I'm gonna throw some zip ties to hold it safe. And then it's gonna run down back up in there and then right to the FT, to the 2 brake lines that go to the rear. I wanna make some sort of bracket where I can use this little hole right here and mount this nice and flush like that. So I think that will look really nice once it's all said and done. Just gotta figure out some way to mount that up like that. Hopefully that brake line doesn't get hot because it's gonna be near the downpipe, but I am gonna put some heat wrap over there and the whole, you know, because this is actually our main power wire, so I'm gonna heat wrap that whole area just to clean things up, make sure nothing gets burnt by the downpipe. But yeah, we're getting close. Next, I'm gonna put in those front lines. It's just a banjo bolt that goes in that little hole right there on the master. And then the shorter one obviously runs to the driver's side, and the longer one to the passenger side. So I'm gonna put those in right now. So I ran the brake lines going to the passenger side. Let me show you guys how I ran it. Ended up going through this little hole right there. So if you guys could see, like right below this little device right there, ran it in, put a grommet there so it's all legit. And then that connects down in there. And I'll show you guys where it connects to on the other side. I already turned my wheel the other way so I'm able to get to it. And basically you need to hook it up to this other brake line right here that goes to your caliper. Right here. So it's back in there. And that's where you'll tie this bad boy into. You can see there's a little nozzle right down at the end. And yeah, you just have to tuck it and make sure it's not gonna get hit by your wheel or anything when you turn. You know, turn your wheel both ways. Make sure you have clearance. And what I used for a grommet is this old speed sensor. I just plugged it in on the inside of the fender instead of running it into the engine bay. And I cut the grommet off so I could use that for that little hole where it comes through. So that way, you know, that brake line's not rubbing against any holes or anything. So I'm gonna hook up this brake line and then I'll update you guys and show you the finished product of the kit. So I just put in that other fender line. Let me show you guys how it looks. You guys can see right up in there where it hooks up. And that's how you install the Chase Bays brake kit. It's pretty simple. I got both of my lines running to the left, nice and zip tied, everything's nice and tucked. Still gotta get a bracket to hold that thing up, but everything looks real clean, really simple install. I definitely recommend this product. Super easy. You see the banjo bolt goes right there to the 2 fronts, and then you have that line going into the brake bias for the rear. And you can adjust it right here, so you have a fully adjustable brake bias, which I thought was pretty cool. Definitely recommend their kits. Awesome product from Chase Bays. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button for your boy and subscribe to see more content like this. We have content coming out every Monday and Friday from now on. Basically, we're just dialing things in on this engine and then we're gonna take it for the first drive. So if you'd like to see the rest of the series of swapping the motor, pulling the motor out, putting this motor in, putting the clutch on all the other fun times that we have with my boys, click right up here. It will take you to the rest of the playlist. And thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, what your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Peace out. Hey, one more thing. Check out yesterday's video. It's even better than this one. Hope you enjoy. Peace out.